G'day and welcome to The Tackle. My name's Joel Gelding and I no longer care about season 2013 thanks to the Adelaide Crows. Thanks, guys.
And I'm Shaun McManus, and no wonder because the Crows again beaten by the Bulldogs. Overrun it in the last 10 minutes as we saw in yesterday's game.
They stink, but it's not one of the highlights from the weekend, although Western Bulldogs fans will be very happy with that. Shawnee, I think we should start off with Friday night. I reckon it was the match of the round, but it was built up as it was going to be the match of the round, but Hawthorn just showed their class over the Pies and ran away with a pretty convincing win, I thought.
Very convincing in the end for Hawthorn, and seems to be the yardstick for the competition at this stage, although when it comes to finals, we'll wait and see if their game plan holds up. But they were fantastic. Luke Hodge, one of the great players on the ground.
And we know last year he was a bit injured and he was sick in the preliminary final, so if he's hitting his straps at this time of the year, Hawthorn will be very happy with where they're sitting right now, won't they?
Yeah, no question. It's hard to believe that he plays that sweeping role across half-back and has done it for 10 years and people still can't stop him. He's just terrific.
And I thought the upset of the round was definitely Carlton against Richmond. They got a sneaky win. Mick Malthouse finally can stop being the grumpy granddad. The Blues actually surprised everyone. I thought they played really, really well.
Yeah, having said that, if you had seen Mick in the box in the last 2 minutes, he was going bananas, smashing stuff around. He was standing on his feet. He was going right off. The Blues did play well. They're in the 8 now. And
are they in the 8?
They're in the 8 now, I believe.
I don't think so.
Are we? We better check that.
Adelaide are still 8, aren't they?
Oh, so they're 9th then.
Well, they're technically in the 8 because of the Essendon thing, but
okay,
I see where you're going with that.
Okay, it's going to be interesting to see how they finish off then, the Mighty Blues, but they were impressive against Richmond on the weekend.
Brock Maclean kicked 3 goals and played really well for them. West Coast Eagles, Geelong was the other game I thought we should take a look at from the weekend. I mean, it wasn't a very convincing win, but I thought we'd have a look at it just for our West Coast Eagles supporters who watch. I was at the game. I went down to Patterson Stadium with some West Coast Eagles fans who invited me along.
Yeah.
It was pretty ugly to watch, to be plain and simple. Geelong looked good, but it was just a scrappy contest and the Eagles never were in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was at the game as well. I thought Geelong handled the ball brilliantly in testing conditions. West Coast didn't show up. They didn't show up. They played with no intensity, no conviction whatsoever. So it is hard to get a guide on how good the opposition was. But I did like the way Geelong in tight, Joel. You would have seen the way they used their handball, were able to move it. Then they got out, spread quickly, and Joel Sellwood, how fantastic was he?
Yeah, 4 snags for him. Stevie J also played really well. Matty Stokes cleaned up with a lot of possessions, but the Eagles fans sitting in the stands, you would have noticed as well, they're just filthy with their team, and they probably have a bit of right to. I know they're a bit injured and it hasn't been their year, and they know they're not going to make finals, so it's a bit hard to play with intensity, but They were dirty on their Eagles.
No excuses. They had a lot of good players out there on the weekend, and the thing is, during the week, all the players were coming out saying how positive they were going to be this week, and that they were a chance to play in the finals.
Yeah,
they could see that they were a chance to play in the finals. They've won bugger all games this year. They don't deserve the opportunity after watching that performance on the weekend.
They won't play finals now. We'll quickly touch on your boys. It was an alright one to watch. Almost 100 points over the Demons. But a couple of injury concerns with Ballas and, of course, the big man, Sandilands.
Yeah, so Hayden Ballantyne's wrenched his shoulder. He'll probably miss at least 1 week, probably 2 at this stage. The way things are going, heading into finals, they strap the hell out of it and they hope that he'll get through. And the other thing is Aaron Sandiland fracturing a cheekbone. And those injuries, they chucked the metal plate in. He'll probably have surgery in the next 2 days. From that point on, possibly a 10-day injury, but you're able to get back out and play. He does need to get out there, though, because he's missed so much footy, Joel.
Just rest him up for finals. It's all good. Just get him on the treadmill. He'll be all right.
Yeah, righto.
Doesn't need match fitness. Let's get into the tips, though, this weekend. We've got some cracking games. It's good now. All the blockbusters are starting to happen. Collingwood West Coast Friday night. Sort of a blockbuster. It'll be an alright contest.
It'll be an alright contest, but you can't pick West Coast after what we saw on the weekend, can you?
Yeah, and Collingwood, well, you don't know which one's going to turn up.
Good call.
It's 50-50, that one. But Essendon Carlton, I don't know why I put this in the list, actually, after the way the Bombers played on the weekend, but they really need a win, and so do Carlton, so maybe both sides will be really desperate.
No, Essendon will lose. The wheels fell off like they have the previous 2 years. Understandably, they're under this pressure, but if you go back through time, 3 years in a row, the second half of the year, they've barely won 2 games, mate. Yeah. Both years. So you cannot back Essendon this weekend.
Do a deal, James Hurd. Just do a deal. Geelong Sydney, who are you tipping in this one? That is going to be a good game.
God, we need Sydney. Fremantle needs Sydney to beat Geelong, and that puts us right back in the hunt to be able to finish top 2. So it's going to be interesting the way this turns out.
That's what you want. Who do you think will win, though?
Well, I guess from a tipping point of view, you've got to go with the home team, don't you?
Yeah.
Geelong in this case.
Okay, and finally, Fremantle, Port Adelaide. Port are playing okay. I don't think Fremantle should turn up to this game and think they're going to get an easy win.
Certainly going to be a hard-fought contest, particularly we mentioned Hayden Ballantyne, Aaron Sandilands missing already. That will be a big loss, no doubt about it. They have to turn up to play their best footy, otherwise Port Adelaide will trouble them a lot, I think.
And anyone that's got a dream team would have been happy with some of these results over the weekend. Travis Boak at the top with our dream team list, Shawnee.
Yeah, he played really well against the Gold Coast on the weekend. That was a tough, fought-out contest. The Gold Coast looked like they could have had their measure at one stage. Stevie J got the top votes for Geelong against West Coast, but you would have thought that Joel Sellwood had the bigger impact. He had 37 touches, though, Stevie J, so pretty handy performance there.
You'd give him the 3 votes on Brownlow night over Stevie J on that. He kicked 4 goals.
I would for sure.
Yes.
He had a bigger impact on there. And you know, rounding out the top 5 was Dane Swan in 5th position. You know, he racks them up regardless of who he's playing every week.
And there you go. That is it for the tackle this week. We will talk to you after round 22, which is this weekend. Have a good one.